This is Business Report Africa, brought to you by your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. I'm Ruwa Penao. Health analysts have stated that a successful vaccination process will equal South Africa's economic recovery in the long run. With the approval of several vaccinations, including those from Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, and AstraZeneca, reports from the World Health Organization show that more than 100 million people have been fully vaccinated. About 142,000 people would need to be vaccinated daily to ensure that the entire South African population is vaccinated by the end of 2021. And this is only possible if vaccination centers are established across the country, with the private sector put in charge to manage the process. In his 2021 State of the Nation address, President Cyril Ramaphosa stated that the public-private partnerships are now more vital than ever for economic recovery. Even now, South Africa is already behind its major trade partners, and this will have a severe negative impact on the economy as lockdowns associated with pandemic outbreak waves lead to devastating effects on the GDP. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, president of Egypt, has ordered preparations for reducing the cargo of the Ever Given container ship grounded in the Suez Canal. While the ship is capable of carrying 20,000 shipping containers, he said rescue teams should be ready for the possible removal of about 18,300 containers. Apparently, the weight of the vessel is what is stopping it from simply being pulled free and giving way for over 300 ships to pass. Yet experts have warned that the process of lightening the ship could be complex and lengthy. The blockage has caused disruption in global supply chains, and if it remains, shippers may decide to reroute their cargoes around the Cape of Good Hope, an action that will add about 2 weeks to journeys and extra fuel costs. A multi-billion-dollar gas development in Mozambique is facing renewed threat after an Islamist insurgent assault forced Total to suspend work for the second time this year. Reports have it that insurgents attacked Palma, a town 10 kilometers from the $20 billion project in the northern Cabo Delgado region last week. Several foreign workers were killed. According to Total, these workers were not among the victims, but its absolute priority was to ensure the safety and security of the people working on the project. Total, who had only just announced it was restarting the project, has made plans to reduce workforce on the liquefied natural gas project to a strict minimum. In Kenya, the Nairobi Securities Exchange reported a 109% increase in net profit for the year that ended in December 2020, with 167.9 million Kenyan shillings increment in its profit after tax. In 2020, the company started a cost optimization exercise that led to a reduction in staff-related expenses, product development expenses, and administrative expenses. Total revenue declined to 548 million Kenyan shillings at the end of 2020. NSE, however, says the expectation for economic and market performance in 2021 is stable, driven by prospects of a gradual economic recovery. A dividend recommendation of 0.53 Kenyan shillings per share for the year 2020 followed. There's more coming up on Business Report Africa. I will be back after the short break. On May 7, 2020, the European Union announced that it put 12 countries on the list of places with weak or deficiencies in anti-money laundering and terrorism financing laws. Ghana was one of them. However, the European Union is set to remove Ghana from the list of money laundering and terrorist financing countries. Diana Akondia, head of the EU delegation to Ghana, disclosed that the Union is taking this action due to the progress Ghana has made in taking corrective measures to deal with the issues raised by the Financial Action Task Force, FATF. Right now, the Union is waiting for the FATF report to take further action on the issue because the weaknesses identified in these countries pose a serious risk to their financial system. The action taken by the EU had a negative impact on some banks. Ghana is dealing with cases of financial misbehaviors as the Auditor General has released a report on the state of public institutions in 2019 with overwhelming details that review financial misbehaviors across all state institutions cost the country 5.46 billion Ghana cedis. The document shows that these criminal acts were recorded between Mahama's administration of 2015 and Akufo-Addo's regime in 2019. Now, according to the Auditor General, financial irregularities refers to misbehaviors in the payment of salaries, procurement of logistics, disbursement of loans, and other critical revelations. The Ivorian government has passed a new bill with intentions of facilitating the involvement of local companies and players in the industrial fabric of the oil sector to ensure that the participation of local entities in the oil sector development process becomes resolved. Requirements of the new law places all contract holders in position to give priority for jobs to qualified staff of Ivorian nationality and aid them in acquiring the level of qualification required to access all levels of responsibility in the sector. All domestic oil companies will now be required to give preference to Ivorian companies, providing them with an edge to boost their revenues and play important roles in the longer term throughout the sub-region. The recent protests in Senegal have exposed the frustrations felt by citizens over unemployment and sluggish economic activity coupled with the coronavirus restrictions. In central Dakar's craft market, which used to be a spot for tourists, merchants are struggling, and Gora Sarr, Crafts Venter, says the Senegalese are tired and they are hungry. If you notice, they have attacked the stores where we sell food. For example, they didn't attack us because we don't sell anything to eat. More than 2 million people have fallen into poverty, even as the pandemic hit the hospitality and tourism industries and slashed foreign remittances, which represent about 10% of the country's GDP. You're still watching Business Report Africa. More to come after this short break. Heritage Bank, in partnership with the entertainment and creative sector, held its Inspire Account event in Abuja on Friday, March 26th. The partnership is led by one of Africa's finest artists, Oladapo Oyebanjo, also known as The Band, creator of the CREAM platform set aside for talented young Nigerians in the different spectrum of the creative and entertainment industry.
Now, because we know how hard it is for you to even creatively get funding and get the support you need. That's why we're doing this. So we have a lottery permit to just reward everyone at least as much as possible. Let's give back. So we're sharing 1 million naira, and we're sharing 1 million naira in every draw, just like this. 200,000 each to about 5 people randomly. And then beyond that, we now do the real work of the CREAM platform, which is to promote.
The creation of Nigeria-Morocco Business Council is the latest proof of Morocco's intensified efforts towards African cooperation. The Morocco-Africa Cultures and Development Organizations, OMA, announced the creation of the Nigeria-Morocco Business Council, and the signing ceremony is set to today, Monday, March 29, in the presence of members of the chamber and a large delegation of entrepreneurs from Nigeria. The partnership is set to strengthen the cooperation between Morocco and Nigeria and promote the African Continental Free Trade Area to promote the interests of both countries at the sub-regional, continental, and international level. Plans are put in place to encourage investment and cooperation in agriculture, energy, finance, infrastructure, science, and other important sectors. Morocco and Nigeria are keen on bringing their increasingly improving commercial and diplomatic ties to new levels. Godwin Emefiele, Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has said in order to stimulate economic growth and development, the bank is ready to invest in the information and communication technology sector. In 2018, the ICT sector contributed over 17.8% to the country's GDP growth, placing it as a significant source of resilience in handling the impact of COVID-19 on the economy. The CBN is urging other banks to consider viable IT firms that hold the potential to not only serve the needs of the local market, but export ICR-related services to other countries. The governor said with the ICT startups emerging to support SMEs, farmers, and providing quality learning to students, it is important to see it as an enabler for growth in key sectors of the economy. The federal government of Nigeria has contributed funds amounting to about 419 million naira to the Northeast Stabilization Facility. Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, said this is in line with the long-standing commitment of the government to ensure stability and sustainable resilience in the Northeast. According to a United Nations Development Programme (UNDP) report, the conflict in the Northeast has changed the development trajectory of the region, and efforts must be put in place to ensure stability and resilience. Coupled with the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, and economic sustainability plan with a comprehensive fiscal stimulus package must be implemented to help scale up social safety net programs. And on that note, we end Business Report Africa. Thank you for watching. Do follow us on social media at TOS TV Network on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at TOS TV Network. I'm Ruwa Panawo. Thank you for watching.